Struggled for years to find friends in Flagstaff, and then I finally found them about a year or so before I moved away. Oh boy, it was so weird.
Like your body is rejecting this area because Kody could lose his voice. Like, come on, he's too busy losing his hair, Angela. He doesn't have time for that.
Honestly. Yeah, I have to meet with him tomorrow, so maybe I don't want to talk to him.
Ew. Don't you wish he could? Really?
My two friends are Angela and Christina.
Robyn Brown's sick thirst for power exposed by Janelle. She's just as bad as Kody. What if the real mastermind behind the Brown family downfall wasn't the one standing at the front of the camera? What if the quiet tears, the trembling voice, the constant plea that she never wanted this were actually part of the strategy? For years, Sister Wives fans believed Robyn Brown was just the new wife caught in the crossfire, but now Janelle Brown is done staying quiet. And what she reveals is explosive. She's just as bad as Kody. Those 6 words have ignited a wildfire across the fandom. Were the signs always there? The manipulation? The favoritism? The secret deals? The hidden moves behind the scenes? Tonight, we break down how Robyn Brown's thirst for power reshaped the entire Sister Wives universe and how the other wives slowly uncovered the truth. What really happened inside the Brown family? Why did everything fall apart the moment Robyn joined? And what did Janelle finally expose that changes everything? Let's dive in. The rise of Robyn, the sweetheart with a plan. When Robyn Brown first arrived on Sister Wives, she came in with soft eyes, a fragile voice, and an image of the gentle newcomer who just wanted a family. Kody called her a blessing. The other wives, already exhausted from years of sharing, one man tried to welcome her. But behind that welcoming smile, fans now believe something far more intentional was taking shape. The first red flag, the instant favoritism from the moment Robyn stepped in. Kody's world tilted. He wasn't hiding it. He wasn't trying to balance time. He wasn't even pretending anymore. He was in love, and not in the plural marriage way. This was monogamy dressed as polygamy, and the wives felt it hard. Janelle later admitted that she saw it from the beginning. Christine felt it emotionally. Meri, desperate for closeness, ignored it. And Robyn? She leaned into it gently, carefully, never pushing publicly, but always allowing Kody to drift deeper into her orbit. Janelle's slow burn suspicion. Something isn't adding up. Janelle, the analytical mind of the group, didn't point fingers at first. She watched. She measured patterns. She paid attention to what others dismissed. The financial trail. When the Browns merged finances, something shifted. Suddenly, purchases were approved without group discussion. Time allocations centered around Robyn. House hunting always favored her needs first. Kody's emotional energy flowed in one direction. Janelle later admitted that the shift wasn't subtle, it was a tidal wave. And she began to realize that it wasn't just Kody acting impulsively. Robyn was feeding the fire. The poor me strategy. This is where everything gets interesting. Whenever tension rose between the wives, Robyn would break down quiet, delicate, overwhelmed. And Kody? He became her knight, her protector, her fierce defender. Every tear gave her more power. Every "I feel so attacked" gave Kody another excuse to redirect his loyalty. Janelle, who rarely engages in emotional manipulation, saw it like chess pieces moving on a board. This wasn't accidental. This was strategic. The cul-de-sac era. Robyn's power consolidation. Fans call it the era of control. When the Browns moved to Las Vegas and bought 4 homes in a cul-de-sac, it looked like unity, togetherness, a fresh start. But behind the scenes, this was where the wives say Robyn's influence grew dangerously strong. The legal divorce from Meri. Nothing shook the family more. When Meri agreed to divorce Kody so he could legally marry Robyn, she said it was for the kids, so Robyn's children could have insurance and legal protection. But according to Janelle, things didn't feel that simple. Robyn gained legal dominance. She gained leverage. She became the legal wife, the one with the most power if anything happened to Kody or the family assets. And suddenly, decisions flowed through her. Fans believed this moment cemented Robyn's position as the queen wife. Christine's breaking point. The rules only applied to US. Christine tried. She really did follow the rules Kody set during the pandemic, rules that many believe came straight from Robyn's household. Double standards everywhere. Christine wasn't blind. Robyn's kids got more time with Kody. Kody had stricter rules on the other wives. Robyn claimed she was afraid, yet allowed certain exceptions. Kody acted like her comfort was more important than anyone else's. This was the breaking point where Christine realized what Janelle had been quietly analyzing for years. Robyn wasn't a victim. She was the one holding all the power. Janelle's explosive reveal. She's just as bad as Kody. It didn't happen all at once. It was a slow accumulation years of watching, tolerating, analyzing, and having her patience stretched to its limits. But when Janelle finally reached her emotional limit after the pandemic tension, she didn't hold back. She's just as bad as Kody. Those 6 words tore through the fandom. This wasn't Christine who had already left. This was a Meri who had her complicated, emotional entanglements. This was Janelle, the calm, rational, rarely dramatic wife. When SHE said it, fans knew it wasn't emotional. It was observational, calculated, measured. What did she mean? That Robyn allowed favoritism to flourish, encouraged divide by constantly needing protection, manipulated situations with tears and fragility, benefited from the destruction of plural marriage unity, stood silently, while Kody punished his other wives, positioned herself as the chosen one, never pushed back. When Kody tore down the others, became the center of all decisions. Janelle's message was clear. Robyn wasn't simply along for the ride. She rode shotgun while Kody drove the family off a cliff. The final shift. When the other wives connected the dots, Christine left. Then Janelle separated. Meri stepped away. And who remained? Robyn. Just Robyn. Exactly what many fans believe she wanted from the beginning. But here's the twist. Robyn breaks down now more than ever, insisting she never wanted this, that she dreamed of sisterhood, unity, togetherness. Yet fans see the pattern. She benefited the most. She lost the least. She kept Kody's devotion. She became the final wife standing. Janelle's statement reframed everything. This wasn't coincidence. This wasn't bad luck. This wasn't just the way things happened. This was power shifting silently, slowly, and absolutely. The aftermath. What Robyn fears most now. Robyn's now alone in the spotlight. With no other wives to balance the narrative, the pressure is higher than ever. And the biggest fear, according to fans? Exposure. Because now, Christine speaks freely, Janelle speaks honestly, Meri speaks with clarity, Kody rages without filters, and viewers connect the dots faster than ever. Robyn's victim storyline no longer holds the same weight. Especially now that Janelle, one of the most respected voices in the family, has openly stated the truth as she sees it. The revelation that changes everything. Here's the bombshell. Janelle didn't just say Robyn was part of the problem. She said, Robyn is just as bad as Kody. Not less. Not manipulated. Not innocent. Equal. And that changes the entire Sister Wives narrative. Because if Robyn played a co-leading role in breaking trust, manipulating dynamics, controlling decisions, isolating Kody, dividing the family, then this wasn't a story about a man losing control. It was a story about a duo that reshaped the Brown family from the inside out. What fans need to know next: the fall of the Brown family wasn't a sudden collapse. It was a slow burn, a quiet takeover, a shift in power masked by tears, fragility, and whispered vulnerability. Robyn wasn't the bystander. She was the strategist, the one who gained the legal marriage, secured the financial stability, cemented emotional loyalty, positioned herself as the good wife, allowed the other relationships to decay. And now, with the family gone, with the other wives free, with the plural marriage shattered, Robyn is left holding the throne she spent years building. But now, there's no kingdom left to rule. How Robyn entered the family with a blueprint before the cameras rolled, before the cul-de-sac, before the chaos. There was something most viewers forget. Robyn didn't enter the Brown family in a vacuum. She walked in with previous plural marriage, experienced a deep understanding of how hierarchies form, knowledge of how jealousy shapes dynamics, and a remarkably strategic sense of timing, a perfect storm. At the time she met Kody, the original 3 wives were emotionally exhausted, still healing from early years of poverty and instability, trying to maintain unity while raising a massive family. Robyn entered with fresh energy, a polished persona, emotional vulnerability, a narrative of being mistreated in her past marriage. In Kody, he saw a woman who admired him at the exact moment he was desperate to feel important. The warning signs the wives ignored in season 1. Robyn's role was presented as delicate and respectful. But hindsight hits hard. Fan rewatchers have pointed out early clues. Robyn constantly referenced how things should be. She inserted herself into emotional conversations. She bonded with Kody intensely. On camera and off, she positioned herself as the ideal plural wife archetype. But Janelle later admitted something crucial. We thought she was just grateful. We didn't realize she was calculating. This realization would take years of watching choices pile up in ways that always seemed to land in Robyn's favor. The slow dismantling of Meri. A subtle power move among all the wives. Meri was the easiest target, emotionally fragile, eager for connection, and the only one with legal marital status. Robyn didn't attack her openly. No, her tactics were far more elegant. Step 1. Emotional bonding. Robyn built a sisterhood with Meri, leaning into shared tears, shared trauma, shared religious beliefs, shared fear of losing Kody. It looked sincere. It felt intimate. But Janelle later suggested that it wasn't as simple as friendship. Step 2. The catfish fallout. When Meri was vulnerable after the catfishing scandal, Robyn didn't support her publicly or privately. Instead, she stayed quiet. She avoided taking a stance. She allowed Kody to distance himself from Meri. She benefited from Meri becoming the problematic wife. The weaker Meri became, the stronger Robyn looked. Step 3. The legal divorce. Robyn didn't ask for it outright, but she allowed it. She accepted it. And when Meri signed those divorce papers, believing it was for the kids, many fans believe Robyn had successfully executed a quiet takeover. This was the moment Janelle says she realized Robyn wasn't just part of the marriage. She was redefining it. The pandemic power grab. A turning point no one saw coming. If there was ever a chapter where everything snapped into focus, it was the pandemic era. This was the period where viewers saw, in real time, the favoritism, the manipulation, the isolation, the excuses, the unequal treatment, the emotional warfare. Robyn's role was subtle, but strategic. During the pandemic, Kody needed a household to anchor himself in. He chose Robyn's. But what viewers noticed was how Robyn framed the narrative. She cried about wanting family unity while insisting on rules that guaranteed separation. She claimed she wanted everyone together while supporting standards no other wife could realistically meet. She painted herself as worried and cautious, making the other wives look irresponsible. This is where Christine snapped, where Janelle began to see the truth clearly, where Meri recognized her final position in Kody's hierarchy. And Robyn? She stood next to Kody, teary-eyed, murmuring, "I wish things were different," even though the structure of separation benefited her entirely. Janelle's private frustration. The rules only apply one way. Janelle is not someone who seeks conflict. She avoids drama. She compartmentalizes emotions. She focuses on logic. So when she reached her breaking point, it shocked viewers. A key turning moment in one of the most telling behind-the-scenes accounts, Janelle confessed, it was becoming impossible to ignore. Every rule seemed to revolve around Robyn, and every exception seemed to benefit her. She noticed. Kody spent nearly all his time at Robyn's house. The demands for safety were stricter for her kids. The emotional accommodations always centered around her. The family structure revolved around what made Robyn comfortable. At one point, Janelle asked, if the goal is unity, why are the rules designed to keep us apart? It was a question that exposed everything. Christine's liberation. The one thing Robyn never expected Christine leaving was not part of Robyn's script. She expected Christine to remain loyal out of religious duty, stay silent, continue bending to Kody's favoritism, never challenge her place in the hierarchy. But Christine did the unthinkable. She broke free. The impact on Kody's meltdown wasn't just about Christine leaving. It was about losing the illusion that Robyn was not the problem. Christine's exit forced the family and the viewers to confront the truth. When Kody needed comfort, validation, and loyalty, he didn't go to the other wives. He went to Robyn. Every single time. This made Robyn's influence impossible to deny. Meri's final wake-up call. Silence is also a choice. For years, Meri defended Robyn. She believed their bond was real. She excused inconsistencies to avoid more emotional pain. But after Christine and Janelle stepped away, something shifted. Meri's moment of clarity. Meri admitted, I realized Robyn wasn't going to help me. She never was. And this was devastating, because Meri had believed Robyn was the only one who understood her. Yet when Meri was ignored, isolated, dismissed, pushed away, emotionally Robyn never stepped in. Never defended her. Never pushed Kody to reconnect. Her silence spoke volumes. This was when fans started calling Robyn the architect of isolation. The real meaning behind Janelle's explosive line, "Now we return to the anchor of your script," the quote, that changed the conversation. She's just as bad as Kody. This was not an insult. It was a diagnosis. Janelle was saying, Robyn plays innocent, Robyn pretends to be passive, Robyn claims she never wanted this, Robyn presents herself as emotional and overwhelmed, but behind that softness, she reinforces everything Kody does. She enables it, supports it, benefits from it, and never stops it. Janelle's hidden revelation, what viewers didn't realize, is that Janelle wasn't just talking about jealousy or favoritism. She was talking about control. Robyn controls access to Kody, the emotional narrative, the household Kody feels most secure in, the children he prioritizes, the version of events he repeats, the rules he enforces, the punishments he doles out to the other wives. In other words, Robyn is not the victim. She is the co-leader, the co-author, the quiet architect of the family's collapse. The manipulation playbook. Fans finally see the pattern for over a decade. Viewers debated whether Robyn was genuinely emotional or using emotion as a tactic. Janelle's statement made people rewatch the entire series with new eyes. And suddenly, the patterns became impossible to ignore. Tactic #1- the fragile dove routine. Whenever conflict emerged, Robyn folded her arms inward, lowered her voice, and whispered through tears, "I just feel so attacked." And like clockwork, Kody's anger redirected, the other wives backed off, the spotlight shifted, Robyn became the victim. But as fans point out, her tears always came at the perfect time. When Kody was cornered, when other wives needed validation, when accountability was on the table, when she sensed losing control. Tactic #2- I don't want it, while getting everything. Robyn has repeatedly insisted, "I never wanted to be the favorite. I didn't want Kody all to myself. I hate being in the middle." Yet the outcomes always benefited her. The legal marriage, the biggest house, the most time with Kody, the final say in pandemic rules, the emotional loyalty, the sympathy of the cameras, the monogamous ending. It's the classic strategy of appearing selfless to gain more influence. Tactic number 3, disarming everyone with softness. Robyn's tone is calm. Her posture is humble. Her words are measured and careful. This lets her control tension, redirect blame, diminish the wives' anger, center herself as the voice of reason, appear harmless while benefiting from chaos. To the audience, it looked innocent. But to Christine and Janelle over time, it looked calculated. Kody's DEP, it was Kody's desperate need to feel adored. He didn't want partnership. He wanted worship. And Robyn mastered the art of praising him, validating him, defending him, crying for him, needing him, elevating him. Christine loved him, but challenged him. Janelle respected him, but questioned him. Meri adored him, but emotionally exhausted him. But Robyn, she idolized him, and that made her his anchor. Robyn didn't just win by chance. She won by design once she became the safe emotional space. Kody trusted her perspective, adopted her rules, meddled in her conflicts, prioritized her children, devalued the other wives. This wasn't a love story. It was a power merger, and the wives were slowly pushed out one by one. The moment each wife realized the truth, Christine's breaking point. Christine realized the truth the moment she saw Kody holding Robyn's baby with the tenderness he never offered her children. She said, "I didn't matter anymore. My kids didn't matter." And it hit her. She wasn't losing to Kody. She was losing to Robyn. Janelle's breaking point for Janelle. It was the pandemic and the financial betrayal. Robyn's house remained fully funded and stable. Her children received constant attention. Her needs were treated as top priority. Meanwhile, Janelle struggled to secure land, stability, and direct support. This is when Janelle muttered the words fans will never forget. "She's just as bad as Kody." Meri's breaking point. Meri realized the truth when she begged Kody for connection, and Robyn stood behind him, silent, watching, not intervening, not supporting her, not advocating, not reminding Kody of their long history. That silence sealed the truth. Robyn's loyalty wasn't to the family. It was to the position she now held. Robyn's, think about it. She came from a failed plural marriage. She valued intimacy and exclusivity. She adored being the preferred wife. She repeatedly claimed polygamy was too hard. Her tears always centered on needing Kody. More, she never tried to repair the wives' relationships. She benefited every time a marriage collapsed, and now she's the only wife left. The legal wife, the emotional wife, the financial wife, the household wife, the spiritual wife. She won. But ironically, she also lost, because everything she fought for came with consequences she never prepared for. The Empire of One. Why Robyn is terrified now. Robyn finally got what she wanted, Kody, all to herself. But here's the twist. She never wanted the responsibility of being the last wife standing. And now viewers see the fear in her eyes. She can't blame the other wives. She can't hide behind emotional fragility. She can't rely on Kody's excuses. She can't escape accountability. She can't keep the victim narrative alive for the first time ever. Robyn is exposed, and she knows it. The audience no longer buys it. Fans see her tearing up, claiming she misses the family, insisting she wanted sisterhood, saying she never wanted this life alone. But they've watched too much. They know too much. They've connected the dots. The illusion is fading. The final reveal. The real reason Janelle spoke out. Janelle doesn't explode. She doesn't lash out. She doesn't dramatize. So why did SHE break the silence? Because she finally understood something devastating. The family didn't fall apart because of Kody. It fell apart because of Kody plus Robyn as a unit. Robyn amplified every weakness. She reinforced every bad decision. She encouraged every division. She benefited from every collapse. Janelle's words weren't just an accusation, they were a summary of the entire series. She's just as bad as Kody, because she was part of every choice that destroyed us. The power duo that destroyed plural marriage. When viewers look back on Sister Wives years from now, they won't see a story about a man losing control of his marriages. They'll see a cautionary tale about manipulation hidden behind tears, favoritism disguised as fear, unity destroyed by quiet influence, a man who needed validation, a woman who used that need to build power, and three wives who slowly escaped the emotional quicksand. Christine left to protect herself and her kids. Janelle left to reclaim her independence. Meri left because she finally realized she was alone. And through every stage, Robyn was right there beside Kody, guiding, shaping, redefining, and ultimately ending the entire plural marriage structure. The final twist, the queen without a kingdom. Robyn may have gotten the throne. She may have secured the marriage. She may have positioned herself as the favored one. But in the end, she sits beside a man who lost his family, lost his children's trust, lost his respect, lost his leadership, lost the unity. He preached Robyn has the crown, but there's no kingdom left. It's the ultimate irony, the ultimate twist, and the ultimate truth behind why fans believe Robyn Brown's thirst for power wasn't just real. It was the force that destroyed everything.